Girls, today we're going to be relearning the topic 24-hour clock. Those who did not understand from Zoom classes or want just to review 24-hour clock, this is for you. Okay. Time can be read with respect to two types of clocks, that is 12-hour clock and 24-hour clock. In a day we have 24 hours. These 24 hours can be divided into two cycles in a 24-hour clock, AM and PM. So normally when we read time, we read it as AM and PM. We read it as 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, right? And AM and PM divides the entire day into two parts. One is the starting of the day, and we all know that the day starts at 12 a.m. or midnight 12, right? At night 12 it starts a new day, right? So I hope everyone knows this. So that is when our cycle starts. One cycle starts from at night, that is AM. From midnight 12 o'clock till noon 12 o'clock, it will remain as AM. That means at 11:59 also it's going to remain as AM. As soon as the clock hits 12 in the noon or in the day, then that is PM starts. That is when PM starts. So now if you can see here closely, over here you can see 00 indicates that a new day has started, and at midday or you can see noon, that is where our PM starts. So PM and AM. Alright, so this is how we know. So half of the day is AM and the other half is PM. Our from midnight till noon it is going to be AM, from noon till midnight it is going to be PM. Okay girls, I hope you understood this much. Now I'm going to move on. You understood 12-hour clock. Now 24-hour clock. 24-hour clock is nothing but when we count the hours from midnight till when we count from midnight 12 o'clock till the next day in proper numbers, like in consecutive numbers. That means from 0 to 24 we're going to count the hours like that. So now if you see that in the second timeline, that it starts from 0 and ends at 23. So that means we have till 12 we have 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, and then from 12, after 12 we have 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23, and then we have at midnight 24 hours. So if you see the first point, if you see the second point after the timeline, that 24-hour clocks may have an hour of 00 or 24:00 starting at midnight or 12 a.m. in the 12-hour clock system. Midday or noon at 12:00 or 12 p.m. That means 12-hour clock starts from or ends at 24. A new day starts and an old day ends at 24-hour clock. Alright girls, so this is the difference between 12-hour clock and 24-hour clock. That in 24-hour clock it is going to be, we're going to count the numbers 0 to 23 consecutively. Alright, consecutive means one after another, like in the proper order. Like in 24-hour clock we read 0 to 12, right? We read 0 to 12 once. From night 12 to noon 12 we read it once, and then from again 12 to 12 day to 12 night we read it again, right? But over here we'll read it consecutively, 0 to 23. I hope you understood that. I hope it's easier for you to understand now. In the 24-hour clock system, we don't add AM or PM. we just write the hours. So if in any time, if it's not given AM or PM, then you'll have to understand immediately that this is a 24-hour clock. From midnight to noon, the hours remain same. That means from midnight to noon for the 12-hour clock and the 24-hour clock remain the same. So, but the only difference in 24-hour clock and 12-hour clock is that 24-hour clock we do not write AM and PM. So that is how you will understand whether this is 24-hour clock or 12-hour clock. Afternoon, in the 12-hour clock, the hours change to 13, 14, 15 up to 23, which is 11 PM in the 12-hour clock. So girls, I hope you understood this point. Okay girls, now that you understood what is 12-hour clock and what is 24-hour clock, you have to also learn how to convert the hours from 12-hour clock to 24-hour clock and 12-hour clock to 12-hour clock. So the first example shows us how we can convert 12-hour clock to 24-hour clock. Afternoon, to convert the time, afternoon 12 PM, to convert the time to 24-hour clock, add 12 to the given time. Now if you see the first one, 1:36 AM, 1:36 AM. Now as I said over here as I said that from midnight to noon the hours will remain the same, right? So 1:36 AM is falls under midnight. AM is midnight. AM is midnight. AM is midnight, right? So you will have to understand that this is going to remain the same, and as you can see it is the same. 2:55 PM is after 12 PM. That means, as you can see, it's after 12 PM. So you will simply add 12 to the given time. So 12 plus 2 equals to 14. 12 plus 2 equals to 14. This is why we get 14:55. 11:45 PM. 11:45 PM means that this is after 12 PM, right? So if it is after 12 PM, we will simply add 12 to it. So 12 plus 11 equals to 23. Okay girls, I'll be explaining the second example now, that is convert 24-hour clock to 12-hour clock. Alright, afternoon 12 PM, to convert the time to 12-hour clock, subtract 12 to the given time. So after 12 PM, that means from 1 PM onwards, any time that has been given to you, you will subtract 12. Okay, so now see, 12:30. 12:30 is in the 12-hour clock. Now if you see over here that even still at noon, that this is 12. So this is the 12-hour clock, so it's going to remain the same. So as it's going to remain the same, it's going to be 12:30 PM. 4:50 is the same. As I told you that from midnight to noon the hours are going to remain the same, right? So 4:50 is in the morning. It's in the morning, so it's in the morning, it's in the AM, right? It's in the AM section of the 12-hour clock. So this is why it's going to be 4:50 AM. 15:20. Now see, this is after 12 PM. So you will subtract 12 from 15. So it will be 3:20. Or girls, if you see anything like after 12, 13, 14, 15, then you will simply subtract 12 to it and add PM to it. Alright girls, I hope this was helpful for you. If you still have any doubts, please let me know on WhatsApp, or during class if you still have any doubts, then please let me know. Alright, thank you very much, and that's it for today.